The morning sun bathed the village in a warm glow. At the heart of it, Prem's dhaba buzzed with life. The air hung heavy with the aroma of freshly brewed chai and pakoras. Villagers from all walks of life thronged the place. They came for their dose of morning chai and a hearty serving of gossip. Laughter and chatter filled the air, creating a symphony of rural life.
Among the regulars was Sardar Joginder Singh, his booming laughter echoing through the dhaba. His white beard bounced with each chuckle, and his eyes twinkled with mischief. He was a natural storyteller, his tales as colorful as the turban he wore.
Then there was old man Ramlal, skeptical of everything and everyone. He would squint his eyes, stroke his wispy moustache, and question every word uttered, much to the amusement of others.
With a dramatic flourish, I was narrating my latest encounter with the city slicker. I spoke about how I had cleverly outwitted the fellow.
Ramlal, however, sat unconvinced, his skepticism evident in the furrow of his brow. He waited for the opportune moment to interject with his doubts.
The chai flowed freely, filling the dhaba with its comforting aroma. With every sip, conversations flowed effortlessly, weaving tales of everyday life. The dhaba was more than just a place to eat. It was the heart of the village, where stories were shared and bonds were strengthened.
And then I boomed, my voice ringing through the dhaba. The city man thought he could fool me. He offered me a bag of beans for my prize-winning cow.
"Beans for a cow?" exclaimed a young man, wiping away tears of mirth. "What a foolish city man."
Enjoying the attention, I continued with my tale. I described how I tricked the city man right back. I spun a yarn about my cow possessing magical qualities. I claimed it could produce milk that could cure any ailment.
"The city man believed me," I exclaimed, my voice filled with pride. He offered me a handsome sum for the cow, and I, of course, accepted. The villagers roared with laughter, marveling at my wit and storytelling prowess.
Ramlal, undeterred, finally got his chance. He leaned forward, his eyes narrowed in suspicion. "Joginder," he began, his voice laced with doubt. "This tale of yours seems rather far-fetched, wouldn't you say?"
Unfazed, I threw my head back and let out a hearty laugh. "Ah, Ramlal, you always doubt my stories. But I tell you, this one is true. Ask anyone here, they'll vouch for me."
Magical beans that cure ailments. A city man foolish enough to believe such tales. It seems highly improbable, even for a storyteller like you, Joginder. He took a sip of his chai, his eyes twinkling with mischief.
Ramlal, my friend, you lack imagination. The world is full of wonders, and my stories merely reflect that. My booming laughter filled the dhaba once more.
"Boot North, you rascal!"
Just as the banter between Sardar Joginder Singh and Ram Lal reached its peak, a furry whirlwind entered the dhaba. It was Bhutnath, the village's resident monkey, notorious for his mischievous antics. He scampered in, his eyes gleaming with mischief, and headed straight for the counter where the pakoras were kept. Prem, the dhaba owner, shouted, rushing to protect his wares. But the monkey was too quick. He snatched a handful of pakoras and clambered up to the rafters, his prize clutched firmly in his tiny paws. The villagers, their attention diverted from the storytelling, watched Bhutnath with amusement. They were used to his antics, considering them a part of the dhaba's charm. Sardar Joginder Singh, seizing the opportunity to lighten the mood, pointed at Ram Lal and said, "See, Ram Lal, even Bhutnath believes in magic." Ram Lal, though momentarily distracted by the monkey business, wouldn't let go of his skepticism. Magic beans, disappearing pakoras. Joginder, you'll be telling me monkeys can fly next. He shook his head, a smile playing on his lips. Bhutnath, as if understanding the challenge, decided to add his own brand of chaos to the mix. He threw a pakora down at Ram Lal, who barely dodged it in time. The dhaba erupted in laughter, the earlier tension forgotten.
"That monkey, he'll be the death of me someday."
Come now, Ramlal. Let us not argue over tales and mischievous monkeys. Have some more chai and these delicious biscuits. They will sweeten your mood.
"You're right, Joginder. This chai is indeed the perfect antidote to a morning of tall tales and monkey business."
Prem, having successfully shooed Bhutnath away with a stern warning and a handful of chickpeas, returned to the counter, shaking his head. But his tone was affectionate, betraying his fondness for the mischievous creature. The villagers settled down once again, their laughter subsiding into contented chuckles. Ram Lal, his skepticism momentarily forgotten, accepted the chai and biscuits with a grateful smile. He took a sip, the warm, sweet liquid soothing his soul. The dhaba, once again, was filled with the comforting aroma of chai and the sound of animated conversations. The earlier tension dissipated, replaced by a sense of camaraderie and shared laughter. Sardar Joginder Singh, with a twinkle in his eye, launched into another one of his stories, and even Ram Lal couldn't help but chuckle at his antics. As the sun climbed higher, casting long shadows across the village, the villagers, their fill of chai, laughter, and camaraderie, began to disperse. They went about their day, carrying with them the warmth of the dhaba and the echoes of shared laughter. The morning's events, though seemingly insignificant, were a testament to the simple joys of village life. The chai, the charcha, the chaos, all contributed to the unique tapestry of their community. It was a reminder that in a world often consumed by the hustle and bustle, moments of shared laughter and connection were the true treasures of life. And so, Prem's dhaba stood, day after day, a silent witness to the ebb and flow of village life. It was a place where stories were spun, friendships were forged, and laughter echoed through the ages, reminding everyone that sometimes the best things in life are the simplest ones, shared with the people you love.